Hey, what's up? It's your boy, The Amazing King, coming to you live and in color, bringing you that oh-so-amazing touch. I'm welcoming you back to another episode of the Get Ready For It podcast, Season 5. You guys, we have a full house on this beautiful, beautiful day after the hurricane. Anyway, my boy Q.
It's been like a few days.
Well, can I just... They don't know this. They don't know when we're recording this. See how you messed up my little joke and what I'm supposed to give here?
I ain't like it, but all right, go ahead.
Okay. Can you introduce yourself to the people?
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Q. You know, my Saints losing right now, but I'm a carry through.
You're not supposed to tell them what day this is. And
they don't know what day it is. You know what day they losing?
They know it's Sunday now because you done told these people that.
Oh, okay. Well, let's go.
Before we get into any more your diabolicalness, my girl Shay is back in the building.
Hello,
Shay,
hello.
Looking beautiful and green, I may say. That's a olive green?
That's
like a lime.
It is green. Why you talking all that?
No,
lime is a green color.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. How you been, Shay?
I've been great. How have you been?
I've been pretty good. You know, I've been blessed and highly favored.
Amen.
Want to do it? but before, are you ready to get into it today, Shay?
I am.
You know, I wanted you on this episode because, you know, I feel as though you can advise the people on what's right and what's wrong, what to do and what to not to do, you know, because you are a teacher.
I am.
And, you know, I didn't know that until you posted you a teacher.
Yeah.
Much love to the resilience.
Yeah. Shout out to the educators. Okay.
What grade do you teach?
6 through 12.
My mom does
the
too.
growing years, the teenage years, the in between of deciding that they're gonna be good or bad.
Yeah.
We just gonna pray after this for you, okay?
Okay, I appreciate it. I need it.
And we have a new voice in the building, my dear friends for many years, my girl Rachel.
Hi guys, how's it going?
Rachel, this is your first time on the Get Ready For It podcast. Are you excited?
I am excited.
Is this your first podcast?
This is my first podcast.
You see, we be breaking people in here. You feel me, Q? You're not?
Yeah, I feel you.
Okay. You ready to support my girl
right here with
Rachel
you.
in every single thing she says?
I got you.
Okay, Rachel, we finna get into it. You ready for it?
I'm ready for
Okay.
it. Let's go.
Also, don't forget, Q, when I point to you, you're going to be reading some of these letters, okay?
All right.
So this episode is the Sincerely episode. Once again, my guys out there, these are statements, letters that people have written into us. And when our advice and our opinions, you know, I'm gonna keep it raw and 100%. But then we have another section where we're going to talk about relationships and families and things like that. So let's get into it. The first letter is, school has just started and my child is already suspended. I feel like he's getting into that stage of just not caring. Do you guys have any advice for me? Sincerely, Dropout. So I want to start off with the educator.
Absolutely.
How do you know you from that hard age of grade 6 or 12? Lord Jesus, what advice do you have?
I mean, we're just starting out, right? We've been in school for what, 5-6 weeks. It's rough out here in these streets. Mm-hmm. It really is. You know, kids, they starting to get homework, progress reports just came out. I just say, sis, keep your head up. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna get better. We're not even at the halfway point yet. So don't give up hope.
How do you deal with kids that misbehave in your class? I just need to know how that feels.
You know, I have that tender age of kids trying to figure out who they are. Mm-hmm. So they like to try the system and all that type of stuff. But honestly, for me, like, I just have real conversations with my kids. When I feel like they're being annoying or getting on my nerves or something like that, we stop and we have a talk. And I give them the honest truth about decisions in life and all those things. And I try to put it into perspective like, hey, don't do that, because it's not going to benefit you in the end. So, yeah, we have a lot of real life conversations in my classroom, for sure.
A real, authentic, you know, straight to the point teacher. I love those. Rachel, how do you feel about that? How do you help the situation?
The situation that's at hand, I am very much like a touchy-feely, like, let's talk about our feelings kind of a person. So my question or my remedy would be asking the child, hey, baby, what's going on? Like, we're so early in the game. Mm-hmm. School just started. You just got homework. You know, you just got your progress report. What's happening in the background that's causing this? Because children are not misbehaving for no apparent reason. There's usually an underlying reason. So I would definitely explore that and see what information they bring forth.
So you wouldn't go upside their head like I would.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look, difference of. So how would you handle a misbehaved child? You know, you're sending your child off to a school, and you know they're acting up. How do you deal with that?
I ask, baby girl, what's going on? I have an 8-year-old. I say she's perfect. I'm biased. She came out of me, obviously. But I ask, baby, what's going on? Like, what's happening? And it could be anything from, like, she's in 3rd grade. So, like, the social dynamic is changing. Maybe there's a friend that did something that just kind of caught her off guard. School is getting harder because now the grades count even more. So it's an adjustment for her instead of things being so easy to come by. You know, maybe there's something that she's trying to learn and it's a little harder for her. So it's causing her to act out in some way. We have a co-parenting household. So she's with me half the time. She's with daddy on the other half of the time. I know what's going on when she's with me. I don't know what's going on over there. So I ask questions, you know, maybe something happened that she didn't really know how to process or hurt her feelings and she doesn't have the freedom to talk about, hey, that affected me this way. And now she's at mom's house and she's acting some type of way. It would be very easy to oops upside her head, like what I experienced as a child, but that isn't productive, as you said. So what's going on? And that conversation isn't going to be a one and done. That first conversation is not going to be easy. Like, you're going to have to like go through the muck together, and you're going to have to be incredibly patient because they're kids and they never want to get in trouble. And they don't want to do anything that's going to make you upset with them. So it's tricky waters to navigate, but it's a conversation first. And then it's a, hey, this is not going to benefit you in the long run towards the end, after we validate feelings, after we figure out the root, after we process what happened and figure out what got us to this point.
You got anything to add? Because she just devoured that.
I was about to say, yes, she did. Shit, I used to get my ass whooped, so it wasn't like, no, we wouldn't talk.
This is somewhat of a family show. On certain episodes, on certain days and years and months of the year, you know, you can refrain from saying the A word.
Okay.
All right. Let's try it again. What was your response to that?
Yeah, I used to get my behind whooped.
Yes, there you go. Look at the growth, guys. And just for seconds, look at the growth in just a few seconds. No, you know, honestly, it's tough. You know, I was raised in a household where discipline was really big. And, you know, even though I don't think I could raise my child the same way my mother did, it does instill some type of, you know, what's the word? I don't want to say use the word fear, but like, you know, if I do this can be the consequences to my actions. Right. So, yes, I do agree. A conversation needs to take place. But a couple of them conversations may include a hit upside the head just a little bit. You know, we don't promote any type of violence. You know, we just promote proper discipline.
If the conversation has happened several times and there's no change, maybe, but it also depends on the kid.
That is true.
Some kids, if you oops upside their head
too many times,
at any point, it's going to give you the opposite of the result that you're looking for. So you have to know your kid. You have to know what's going to work for them.
Hey, Quincy, they ate that response. You know, we could have been better. When I say we, I mean you, because what's going on?
You started off with it.
I mean, I just believe
I just piggybacked off you.
I believe that if you're
Father
watching, I feel like if you're watching something on your phone right now, that's kind of.
He hasn't watched anything.
God is good. Okay.
He has been recording content.
I'm on my job.
Okay.
Yes.
How about you read the next letter? Okay. Are you at the topic list right now?
He's been recording. He can't be on the topic list and recording at the same time.
You know, thank you. I got your back.
Yeah. No, she has your back right
I got
now.
hers. I'm doing my job. Hold on.
It's the second one. Did you find it yet? Do you need me to read it?
There's a lot of emails to go through.
Yeah.
It was the only one I sent him.
But there's a lot in the inbox. He's an important man.
I was about to say, like he's the only person that emailed me.
Look how Rachel just come to his defense, Shay.
You told her to have my back, I'm gonna have hers. So like that's how we gonna do that. Found it.
Okay, it's the second one. Yes.
Let's go.
Ahead.
All right.
Go ahead.
All right. Oh yeah, okay. So you guys, I have been dealing with this guy for about 6 months. I was in the grocery store one day and I saw him hand in hand with a girl. Come to find out he is married. Lord. Hold on, my bad. Okay. But he tells me that he doesn't love her and he wants to remain hanging out with me. What should I do? Should I tell his wife? Sincerely, a woman. I hate these captions.
Let's start off with Rachel. What do you think?
You can't see my face right now. It's bewildered and disgusted and frustrated. If I were that very nice young lady who deserves the world and deserves a partner that loves only her and, you know, she isn't the side situation, you got to cut that guy loose and never speak to him again. You probably have friends, sir. You don't need any lady friends with any lady friend benefits. You're married. If you're unhappy with her, you cut that loose. You close that door, and then you move on. It's when you do all of this spaghetti stuff that it gets messy. And
Spaghetti stuff.
she doesn't need to
Good
be a
metaphor.
part of that. She does not need to be a part of that. And yes, tell the wife.
Shay?
I agree. I would definitely cut that off. I would definitely have a conversation first, so I can be heard.
Right.
To the man.
Right.
And yeah, after I get my point across in the most respectful way, and just letting him know like you're wrong.
Is it respectful though?
Yeah, I was gonna say that because there's gonna be a lot of
Well,
You can get people together in a respectful manner.
yeah.
Wait, no respect. When it
There's a
comes
lot of discipline, like in the individual, but you can absolutely do it in a respectful manner.
Just gather him together, real quick, and then send him on his way.
Back to his wife.
So let me ask you. She said she would tell the wife. Would you?
I think I would, just out of respect for her, because she had no idea.
Exactly.
I definitely agree with cutting the person off, letting them know that listen, this is I know my worth. I am queen. I am woman. You're gonna respect me no matter what. Now telling the wife, I don't know if I want to go in those waters because it get kind of rough out there. Because to be honest with you, okay, there's a lot of women that be like, I don't believe you, not my man.
Well, that's on you. But facts are facts.
So is that for you? Is you telling her for you, or is it for her?
It's for her.
It's for her. But I mean, the truth is the truth.
And what she does with the truth is her business.
That's definitely her business.
yeah. But we've done our part, and hey, just so that you know,
And you can't unhear
you can't unhear
the truth.
Exactly.
So
Q, what do you think?
Phew, that's a lot. I mean, like, it's just like the telling part for me. I don't know. Like,
Okay.
I don't know. I don't feel like
So you just gonna take that L?
got to at that point.
Why is that though?
Like, what's sense you gonna get out of that? You gonna feel better? Your ass still gonna feel sad because you probably was deep in love with this man.
Okay.
What was the time frame? 3 months?
6 months.
6 months.
6 months, yes.
She was probably a little deep, yeah.
yeah.
So I'm saying, so it's like it could be hard.
Right, because if I'm telling for revenge.
Are you really?
Yes. she said the part about I'm finna be heard. I'm finna be heard in every single direction. I'm finna give you that business, and I'm finna tell your wife. Hopefully, ruin your whole life.
Oh.
and then
That's
it's,
for that.
and then it's like you tearing her down too. What you go telling her? You know, I don't
What
know.
you mean?
I feel
She
like
need to know.
she do, but it's like
Now I can be a little bit vindictive in the way
Know
I
what I'm
say
saying.
it. Like you
Know
know,
what
seeing
know what I'm saying.
screenshots and going on, tell the whole family,
Know
go
what
to
I'm
the
saying.
job, all that stuff like that. But that's my prerogative.
you gonna tell the whole family.
Whole family.
Okay.
Because I probably done met the brother and the sister in 6 months.
six-
Or somebody,
nah.
some family member, you probably met the cousin.
You met
Cousin.
friends.
Yeah, you
met
met, I don't know.
friends.
I don't know if you met. You
Yeah,
never.
but the friends.
You ain't met
knew
no
too.
close family in 6 months.
The friends knew he was fine because they was best mans at the
That's his friends though.
I love
They
this
gonna
narrative
stick beside him.
you've just created.
Thank
and
you.
You're
That's,
absolutely right.
That's his friends.
yeah.
So you get off easy because of that?
They're not gonna tell on they. You
When
gonna tell on your friend?
Huh?
Huh? You gonna tell on your friend?
Absolutely not. But that's me.
Exactly.
That's me. But I'm not gonna put myself in that situation anyway. You find out because I the people that I have around me, they don't operate like that. And if they do, they don't tell me. See that, son, young man. See,
Okay.
this is how you gotta educate
Okay.
these young men out here because they just don't. They
Yeah.
mind just the
Okay.
same way. You feel me?
Yep.
you ain't got to say because I ate that, right? All right, next one. Okay, guys, let's go to the next one. Okay.
Before we go to the next one, Cedric,
Okay, I'm sorry.
I think it really comes down to motivation.
Okay.
Our motivation is to tell the wife because she needs to know and she needs to act accordingly because obviously she's unaware. You over here seeking revenge, which is why you want to tell everyone and their mom.
That's what I'm saying.
Is
And that's
revenge-
what it comes down to. Why are you telling the wife? And basically what she's wanting to do, the writer, what they're wanting to do. You obviously want to cut this off. What is your motive for telling the wife? And keep your peace above everything else because you still have to heal after all this because it's going to affect you.
He just seeing red. That's all you seeing.
Like the color of
Person, if you listen to this, just to let you know, these nice, lovely ladies have said, do it for womanhood. Revenge for me. Okay.
ruin his life. That's what you said.
Yeah, there's a thin line between love and hate. That's a good ass movie.
It's a good movie. Good movie.
Next one, kind sir. I've been really working hard and planning for this goal that I've shared with a couple of my family members and friends, but I feel like I'm not really getting the support, and it's really hurtful and disheartening. Do you guys have any advice for me? Sincerely, Plan to the Top. How do you guys do it when you have like a goal or you're trying to achieve something and the people that you share that with, they're not supportive, they're questioning it, they're giving you moments of doubt and creating doubt in your mind? Rachel, how do you deal with that?
I have a lot to say on this matter.
Yeah, me too. Go
Do
first,
you
girl.
Go first? A lot. Where do I start? I have found in my 36 years of walking this earth that sometimes the people closest to us are not going to be our biggest cheerleaders. I've also found that sometimes when I tell the people closest to me something that I am aspiring to do or going to do, that thing goes sideways or it doesn't happen. We can call that whatever you want to call that. I just call it a pattern that I recognize and I stop. In a perfect world, the people in our life should be encouraging and loving and want to see you do well. Unfortunately, we do not live in a perfect world, and very often the people around us are like in like a silent competition with us, or, you know, it upsets something in them to see you doing well, so they kind of like don't wish you well. Like there's a lot that goes into it, but at some point we have to learn to kind of like be our own cheerleader and to kind of dig deep to be like, okay, like why do I need that validation from these people? Will I ever get that validation? And then becoming okay with, okay, it may not happen, so I just got to root for me and I got to cheer for me and I got to do well for me because this is all for me. That's it.
Shay?
Just to add to that, everybody can't see your vision, and you have to be okay with that. It was given to you and not to everybody else. So with that, you just need to just continue on doing what you see. Unfortunately, just like Rachel said, family, they can't see it all the time. And sometimes you have to show them, and not in a like attitude or malicious way, like I'm gonna show you. Exactly. Like, no, you really have to show them, say, you know, like this is what I see, this is what I'm doing, and if you support it, great. If you don't, great. I'm still gonna move forward. Like everybody does not gonna see your vision, and you really have to be okay with that.
I agree with these statements that have been made here. I do believe there's a lot of people that are in your life that their sole purpose is to create doubt and try to deteriorate you from, or try to move you from your goal, your aspirations. You know, I can use this beautiful show right now. There's so many times where I've had people, when I first was planning this show, was like, why you want to do that? That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't like that. I don't like your name. I don't like this. And they created that doubt in my mind. I'm like, shit, am I not doing something right? Ha, got them, fooled them.
Yeah.
I just had to say that real quick because it's really important out there. There's a lot of haters out there. And they come disguised as your families and your friends, and they use words like "I love you" to shadow what they really feel. They're haters.
Reverend King over here.
Want to do it?
Speaking a word.
Feel that touched his soul over there.
Q, what is your response to this, man? I saved you for last for a purpose because I feel like you was gonna give me something good with this one. Go ahead.
I mean, I can't pick it back off that because she just leading the way. So, but nah, I see like I don't really say too much with folks. Cause I feel like my granny always tell me everything I do is for me. So like, I keep me in mind. It's like at the end of the day, when I wake up, just me. I take care of myself for me. I work my job for me. So everything I do is for me regardless.
In them bills,
for me,
right?
So like,
Those are grown now. They're Williams now.
I think one of you guys said something. I want to ask you guys. I don't know. I think you said it. You were like, don't use that mindset. Like I'm going to show you. Mm-hmm. I'll be honest with you. I kind of use that sometimes. But I mean, because it does create a self.
But that's
like,
not necessary, though.
Let me finish my statement before you start talking. Feel me?
Okay. It's like
I do feel as though sometimes when people doubt you and you be like, "I'm going to show you that I can do it," it kind of helps you and it gives you like a goal to be like, "Listen, look what I did," and you said I couldn't do it. Do you think that's wrong for you?
No, I'm just saying like just be humble about it though. That's all I'm saying.
Humble?
Yeah.
Why would I be humble when somebody tried to tell me that I couldn't do it? What's humble about? Explain.
Give you good grace, like being humble.
Huh?
That's good grace. Being humble.
Shay.
All right.
Do you feel it? Because you said you don't like that mindset, or you don't. That's something you wouldn't do. Maybe you elaborate a little bit more on that.
Sure. I mean, I did it before, but it doesn't serve anybody. Mm-hmm. So I just, it's all about the motive behind it, right? Are you trying to prove yourself to somebody, or are you doing it for you? Which one is it? Because if you're just doing it for you, then you should just be satisfied with you just executing your goal. But if you're doing it for somebody else, then I feel like there's no satisfaction in that.
Amen.
So, but Who you doing it for?
Who you doing it for?
Why are you shaking my head? Read the next one,
I'm
young
just
man.
saying, who you doing it for?
Read the next one, sir.
All right.
It's a little long one, so make sure you know.
I see you wanted to put me on the paragraphs.
Go ahead.
Let's go. I, 25, male, dated this girl, 23, female, for 14 months, and at the time, I was struggling with getting a good job. I made ends meet as much as I can. I took her out a couple times a week, but it was not enough for her. 3 months ago, she said she's going home because things were getting hard. When she went home, she stopped contacting me. I talked to her, and it was a difficult conversation, so we decided to break up. Finally, God opened his doors, and I got a job. Now I have a month, and life is changing. My ex found out about that, and she wants to come back. She keeps calling and calling. Should I give her the chance to the relationship? Will it be all about money? Sincerely, the door is closed.
Keep that door closed.
You take that door, right? You put cement around it, right? Hot
Extra.
glue. You know,
Feel it.
3 angels that service God only, and then you block them from coming back into your life. And I'm dead serious, because people like that mean you no good. They mean they have a desire from wanting something from you, but not really wanting you. I just did that. Now, that quick little second. Go ahead, Rachel. Go ahead.
I don't mean to villainize the nice young lady that I don't know and who isn't also writing in the situation. However, relationships can be very hard, and you go through rough patches. And if that wasn't something that she was able to kind of ride with, if that wasn't something that she, wanted to be a part of, that's fine. Like, nothing bad on her. But now that things are better for you, that doesn't mean she can just tiptoe back in. Hey, things are better. I'm here. Again, no hate to the young lady. Don't know her. Don't have all the context. Just have the one side. But you guys were in a relationship. You enjoyed your time together. It didn't work out. That's fine. You guys go find people that you're more aligned with, and we move on. And keep that door closer. That's all I got. That's all I got.
What do you think?
I totally agree. I have nothing to add with that. Definitely keep that door closed. It ended for a reason.
That part.
And I'm not in the ministry of spinning the block.
So say it again. Say it again.
It usually doesn't work. So, it ended for a reason. Let's just move on with our lives.
Even if you have like lingering feelings about the person, you think that you would still be like,
it never works.
Ever.
Never, ever.
It ain't gonna be genuine.
I tried, and it don't work.
what part of it's not going to be genuine? Her feelings?
Yeah. Now I'm looking good. You coming back now? Like, I was down, you ain't want me. So it's like, my behind.
I mean, some people don't want you in the bad version. Some people want you in the good version.
So you don't deserve me in the good version if you can't stick with me in the bad.
Marilyn Monroe said something very similar.
Am I required to stick with you in the bad?
You don't have to. But like, don't come back to me when I'm doing good though.
Who say I can't?
Me does.
I'm just trying to play both sides here. I'm
trying to
look at. She said they were together. They did date a couple times, but I think anybody gets tired of struggling. And what would you have rather? Would you have rather her stay there while they struggle together now?
I'm not saying that.
Then what are you saying?
What was she doing?
That part. If you're a team, are you working together? That's a valid point. Again, not to villainize the nice young lady.
Well, she's definitely the villain of this story here.
She definitely is.
Okay. Well, I was just trying to play both sides. I wasn't trying to let the girl bury herself. I'm trying to, help her out.
Did it to herself.
He could have been a horrible man to them. We don't know this.
We don't know this.
We're going to base off the letter, though, right?
We're going to base off the letter.
Next one. I have a friend at work who is cheating on her husband. She does not plan to leave her husband anytime soon because he makes very good money. And that other guy is still in college. She told me she won't leave her husband for this man until he shows he can earn a higher income. I feel like I need to tell him, but in a sneaky way, so I won't get in trouble with my friend. Sincerely, The Secret. Mind your business. Do you not understand the fact of minding your business? I'm sorry. It's just like how that's the biggest. That's the thing that can save your life in all circumstances. Mind your business. Ain't got nothing to do with you.
A little earlier.
Okay, go ahead.
You mentioned
right
that the friends in your life,
right,
they are a certain way and are not in a certain way
Okay.
because they know not to be that way with you. If I'm paraphrasing.
Okay.
The people in my life, they know whether they like it or not, I'm going to keep it 100. So even if I don't confront the husband, and it's different by every situation, I'm going to say something to my friend. Miss Ma'am, Mr. Sir, what you doing? I probably know this person. What's going on? Are you unhappy? Is there something you're missing? Have you tried therapy? We're going to have a conversation because there has to be a root as to why we're doing this. We don't want to do this to another human.
Let me challenge you. If you have that conversation and they be like, he's not spontaneous, he's not giving me what I want, but I still want to be with him because of the money he makes.
Yeah, okay. Maybe you talk to him, be like, hey, this part of our relationship is missing. My cup is not full in these areas. Can we work together to get it filled up? So that way we're good. But if you're in a relationship or if you're married, you should already be having these conversations. And if you're not, then seek therapy.
Yeah, some people don't have the emotional intelligence to do stuff like that, which is definitely unfortunate. You know, a lot of people out here in the world want their cake and eat it too, and this comes off as a very situation that maybe when she's at, you know, this young college dude, because she specifically said college dude, maybe he has some energy that her husband doesn't have. Maybe he has that, you know, scoop up energy that her husband. I mean, that could be, you know, maybe he's fun, spontaneous. Maybe her husband just saying, you know, feel me? So
what energy she looking for?
The reason why I said mind your business, because especially if it's a friendship and it's like a coworker friendship, I don't know if that's the case here, but if it's like a coworker, that's just none of my business. If you want to express to me,
they cheating.
But it's still none of my business. I mean, you could be like, hey, I'm cheating on my husband, and if I'm like your coworker, okay, what I'm supposed to do with this information here?
I think
besides
that's
being a
valid.
listening, just being a listening ear.
What kind of friend are you?
How do you feel about this, Shay?
I'm gonna use an example. I don't want to use teachers, but I'm gonna use teachers. You got you know, you got a coworker that's a teacher, and they are expressing you their, you know, relationship with this other person outside their marriage. What are you gonna do with that?
Are me and this coworker friends?
You are friendly.
Friendly.
Okay.
What's the
Okay.
difference?
Huh? What's the difference?
I said that's the difference, but go ahead.
Okay, because I want to say we gotta educate you on what the difference friend and friendly is. But go ahead.
Who knows?
I don't know. That's some sticky water right there. I don't know if I would give my opinion because she might not want it.
Right, because once you step your foot in the waters, then somehow you could become a part of the
Right, and I'm not about that. So
Why your husband calling me, asking me questions? Because we coworkers now.
I'm real pro on just keeping work in my personal life. So I don't even engage and stuff like that.
So we on the same mind your business.
To an extent.
You still want to know. You still want to know what's going on a little bit.
That's not what would you do?
I ain't gonna do shit.
So you're not
Stuff.
What are you gonna do?
I'm just gonna listen to it. I'm like,
Exactly.
oh,
So
that's
speak up.
crazy.
Right. You're gonna be like, that's crazy, and go on about your business.
Like,
right?
it's like,
And
okay,
then
like,
you see the husband the next day. Hey, how you doing? What's up, man?
I
Exactly like
wouldn't
me.
look that man way probably.
I would dap up everything.
Nah,
What's up? How
you see,
good?
you ain't
That's
real
good.
for that. You
I
ain't
am
real for that.
'cause that's none of
I'm
my
just gonna
business.
ignore the whole situation.
I'm not gonna be not polite if the man comes speak to me.
If he speak, but like if we just walking and he don't acknowledge me, going that way.
He say, "What's up, to you? What you gonna do then?"
What's up, dog? And I'm keep walking. That way.
Exactly. So what's the same? What's the difference? I'm finna say, cuz.
You going to shake the man's hand, smiling in his face. That's the difference.
But once again, I'm not at fault for that.
I
That's
know.
not my issue.
But you see what you're doing though?
What am I doing?
You being funny about the
How
situation.
am I being funny?
Why you walking up to that man smiling like that?
Because I'm a
He's trying to hear that.
Kind person with the tea kettle boiling.
right. I just feel like I'm a mama business in the whole situation. Once again, what did I say? When you step your foot in them waters, you become a part of that mess, and then, you know, they trying to find out, asking you for information, all that. Minding my business that pays me, which is the job and not this situation. Okay, next one. I read the last one, Q.
You read the last one? You very last one or?
No, I read the last one. So the one that starts with I'm 34.
Thank you, teacher.
No problem.
I'm 34 and I have 2 kids. I split from an ex about a year ago. He helped pay some bills for a little bit after he left, but now it's all down to me. A few weeks ago, I bumped into an old friend and we got talking, and she said she was working as a stripper at a club a few miles away. She knew my situation and said she could easily give me work there and I'd make a good amount of cash from only doing a few hours a night. I'm tempted to do it as I really need the extra money, as I'm pretty much unable to pay the rent now and have that I need to pay off pretty soon. Sincerely, it's the pole to reach the goals.
This is real. Rachel started off for me.
It's the pole to reach the goals.
And there is very little I would not do for my child, first and foremost. If it came to that, and I have tried everything else, and I was 50 pounds lighter.
You look amazing with the weight you're right now.
I appreciate that, but no one's throwing dollar bills at me at the strip club in my current state. Keep it a buck. Keep it a buck.
That's a lie, but okay.
Yeah, I'm about to say. Yeah, you go ahead though. You go ahead.
If there's nothing else, like a mom's gonna do what a mom needs to do. It comes down to like a moral issue. Like, is that something she's comfortable with? Is that something she's okay with? Is she concerned about what her kids might say, the father might say, friends might say? It really comes down to the individual, what they're okay with, what they're not okay with. It will help pay the bills, but is it something you're going to be able to sleep at night about? Because people are, it's a very involved subject matter.
It is.
And the consequences of like how people view, let's call it what it is, sex work to a degree, it's very involved. So it really just depends on the individual and how badly they need the money, you know?
I mean, I agree. I think that if you have a child to feed and, you know, that's all you have to do, I support it 100%. I mean, stuff is high here.
It is.
Especially when you have a little mouth to feed. So I agree with you. I think if that's the last thing, that's my last resort, and that's what I got to do, I'm going to do it. But like you said, it comes a moral situation. Like how is this going to make you feel afterwards, you know?
Yeah.
Is this the last resort? If it is, go for it. If it's not, maybe just keep trying.
Yeah. Friends, family, put that man on child support officially.
Right.
There are
Put that man on child support.
There's a lot. There's a
ASAP.
lot. But if it comes to that point and push comes to shove, you know.
Shay, how you feel about this?
I agree with both of you. Me, if I was the friend, we would definitely try to figure this out.
Yeah.
Even if we had to do like a loan type of situation, which knowing me, it wouldn't be like a loan. Like I would just give you something to help you out in your current situation. But, you know, if push came to shove and this is what you got to do, no judgment here.
Absolutely.
No judgment on my side either. Q, what about you? If you was a single father,
If I was a single father,
and you had a child, and the only thing you had was the pole, what you doing?
I don't think I'm really getting on the pole.
You getting in front of a camera?
I get in front of the camera, you know. Oh yeah, I can use OF. I can do me a little OF. I can do a little that, you know.
Ain't nobody paying for that. Nobody want no Bayou Country Boy or, you know.
That's what they love. What is you talking about?
That is a very niche category.
I mean, that's what well, okay, you're right. I give you that one thing. If I had to do what I had to do, I'll get on there. I may break the pole, but I'm going to get on there. I need that little money.
Yeah,
even if I didn't have a child. If I didn't have any money, I'm getting.
Of course, we know.
You ain't no good. You know that?
I'm just saying, like.
Can I go to the next one, please?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I knew that my boyfriend was quite close to his mom. I knew this as he told me everything, and she scratched his back for him and plucked his eyebrows. All my previous relationships have not expressed that this is normal activity with their mother. So I did not know whether to be happy about their close relationship or a bit uncomfortable. Just want some advice. I don't know if this is a culture thing. My parents are not the biggest huggers, or if it's actually weird. I also don't know if I am jealous. How should I handle this? Sincerely, Mama's boy. That was a line.
You want to take the lead on this, love?
Sure. That's weird. That's weird. That's weird behavior. But you know, again, I agree with her saying we don't know what they do culturally. But to me, that's some weird behavior. But you know, she can handle it as she feels. But that's to me, that's some definitely weird behavior.
I think she should put her mama to the side and be like, this ain't gonna work. I'm the woman in his life now. Okay,
Don't do that.
So precious and will not work.
but that's how I feel.
At all.
That's how I feel. Pull her to the side, be like, "Mammy, listen, that's my man. Okay, you can't be just plucking his hairs. And what you leaving me with? Nothing to do, huh? Okay, I don't care about if it's a culture thing or not. You feel me? You can't be around my man. I don't care if he's your son. He's your son. That's my man. I feel like that's what I would do in this situation.
Okay.
That's my best response.
Okay.
All right.
Rachel,
Mal.
how do you
About
feel?
that.
Go ahead. But hold on, I want to touch on something. The part where she said she doesn't know if she's jealous or not. That's kind of also a little bit questionable. What are you jealous about?
I can jump
Okay.
right on that. That type of intimacy usually reserved for like boyfriend, girlfriend, like for some people, some cultures, some groups of individuals. Like that's very intimate behavior. So I could see why she's like, I'm kind of jealous because like, why are you rubbing his back like that? Like the plucking of the eyebrows, I'm not too sure about that. But it's being in like a very intimate space, especially if that's a grown man. Do you know what I mean? So her having those jealousy feelings evoked, like it probably feels very weird because like you said, it is kind of weird. Like you're a grown man, pluck your own eyebrows, rub your own back. I say that to also say there are some women walking the planet who would come into that situation and be like, oh, that's what your mom does for you? I'll take over, no worries, I got this. And we'll do it with a smile on their face and they will live happily ever after because that man is probably looking for that in their partner because very often we look for our parents and our partners very often, even on like a subconscious level. Like sometimes I don't even think we realize it. But if she is uncomfortable and is questioning, this relationship probably isn't for her. Saying something to the mama ain't gonna do nothing because there's already an issue with boundaries there. Like that's her baby forever and always, and she's in that personal space. If homegirl doesn't like it, bow politely, take your leave, and hopefully he finds someone who can fill those shoes happily.
Yeah.
Q, what about you?
I feel like that's a touchy situation because like you can't like really talk about it. You can't really come to him and talk about it.
Why you can't?
He probably
like,
thinks it's normal.
My mother. I gotta call mom back. But
See that there?
She was really calling.
yeah, she really was.
Like, so that shows that you are one of them. Or did you write this letter into this situation?
No, I didn't.
I didn't dispute that. I'm just saying.
She's FaceTimer.
So you said you don't know if
No,
a girl can talk to her husband or her boyfriend about it?
Yeah, I'm saying like she can talk to him, but like he may like feel like go like defensive about it. Like
Then who should she talk to then?
she can't really talk to him about it.
So what's she supposed to do?
I mean,
Get out the situation. She could talk to him, but like if it go a different way, then yeah, that's when she got to excuse herself from it.
Okay, so she needs to have that conversation with her significant other. If it doesn't pan out to her liking, then she may need to look at different options. Right?
Leave him.
Thank you for your time, sir. Have a great day.
You say
I'm
it
now
so easy,
accepting
like
applications.
when you're in love with somebody, it's just easy to leave somebody. A lot of people have multiple conversations before they come out of that decision. So don't just make it seem like, oh, it's gonna be one conversation and she's gonna leave them. No,
But like with that though, like if you're already feeling weird and uncomfortable about the situation,
people stay for a lot less and a lot worse sometimes.
That's true.
true. But like depending on how that conversation go, that'll determine whether she stay or not.
If he says, if that person say that, that's just how she is, what are you gonna do then?
That's what depending on what she gonna do next about that. She's gonna stay
say,
or deal with it.
That makes me feel uncomfortable, and then that's where the real conversation starts. Well, this makes me feel uncomfortable. What adjustments are we gonna make here? Well, that's my mom. Okay, then that's the point where you're saying, oh, that's your mom. Let me get because of that. Because he's gonna say that in every situation. Oh, that's my mom.
Because it's not
That's
like
my mom.
it's not gonna
she
stop
spend
one
the night.
time.
That's my mom. She called me on that. That's my mom. Oh no. Then that's the point. That's when you run. Don't walk. You run. You leave it the night. Actually, you pack your stuff at night. You change your numbers, social media blocks and everything, and you just leave. That's crazy.
Like a thief in the night.
Next one. You know the next one. 19, my friend.
Yeah. 19, female. Got my first boyfriend, and I'm thinking of breaking up with him. We've only been going out for a week. But since we started dating, all he can talk about is being sexual with me, of course. We've been good friends for about 3 months, but the second he asked me out, suddenly we don't even talk about anything other than sex. I don't want to cut him out of my life because I think we could still have a solid relationship or friendship. So how do I break up with him but also stay friends? Sincerely, want to be a friend.
Want to take this first? I got y'all. What I think you should do is, I think it's a weird space to try to be with somebody on an intimate level. I'm not talking about sex, just anywhere type of intimacy, like, oh, good morning, I love you, this stuff like that, even if it's been a week. I think that you should just focus it on ending that relationship. I think you're still focused on trying to be friends with the person when that's not the objective there. You guys got together because you saw intimacy within each other. That's gone. Leave it alone and leave that man. Okay, that's all I got to say with that.
It's her first relationship. Mm-hmm. So she's navigating like what she's comfortable with, what she's not comfortable with. Mm-hmm. They were friends, or a talking stage maybe is a better way to describe it. We don't know. We don't have that context. But they were, chatting for 3 months, and now they're official. And it's like, now that they're official, like the conversation has changed and she's uncomfortable with it. Have you guys talked about intimacy before? Like, there has to be a conversation is a good idea to be like, hey, before, we were at a good place and we talked about all these things, and now it's just sex and I'm not really comfortable with that. How do you feel about this? Like, what are your expectations of our relationship now that we've been together for a week now? Like, can we slow down and kind of see what the response is from there? Baby girl, don't let him pressure you into anything you don't want to do, because you don't have to if you don't want to.
Yeah, because no's mean no.
No means no.
You get beat up.
By all 4 of us at this table.
Yes. Shay, how do you feel about this situation?
I agree. Communication is key in every relationship, and since it's only been a week, I always say keep communication very clear. What are we doing? What are we not doing? It's boundaries. You have to have some going into this dating world. So just let him know what's going on, and how you feel about everything that's happening currently a weekend to your relationship.
I 100% agree. I have my little stance on it. I really feel as though maybe I know it's your first relationship with that. Let it go. I mean,
you just started.
If somebody is saying that they want to have sex and you keep saying no, they keep asking you, they automatically don't respect your boundaries or respect you. So
Red flag.
That's in all situations. Friendship, relationship, it's an X for me, a big X. So that's how I take it. So it's going to be get that person out of my life. You guys, the next session we're going to talk about, these are specifically letters that was written into the Get Ready For It podcast. We're just going to do 1 or 2, and then we'll move into the next section. Hey, guys, I have a situation. Wanted to see if you guys can help me out with this. I'm in a friend circle of around 4 people, and I feel like I'm always being left out. Nobody really includes me into stuff, and it's starting to really hurt my feelings. What do you guys think I should do? Sincerely, 3 out of 4.
That's a friend square right there, and they're making it a friend triangle.
Right.
I don't know that those are your friends.
Right.
I agree. Sounds like you need to pick another friend group.
Right.
Absolutely.
Well, I want to say this. Definitely vocalize your feelings. Never feel like, oh, you're overthinking your feelings. Vocalize that. Let them know that, hey, you guys, I've noticed that you guys don't really include me. I'm always the last one to be asked to do something, or I'm not being invited into places. I do believe that conversation is warranted if you value the friendship. But after that conversation, and this is the most important part, because a lot of people do this, right? We have these conversations, and then we keep having them over and over and over and over again. So we end up really hurting in the end. So I believe that having the conversation is important, but realizing that if the change doesn't happen, it's time to walk away and leave.
Also, don't let them dismiss your feelings. Or what are you talking about?
Right.
We don't leave you out. Don't let them. I don't like to use that buzzword, but don't let them gaslight you.
Right.
And that goes for all of the letters that we have read. Don't let them talk you out of how you're feeling or try to tell you, oh, that's not it. Don't worry about it. Don't let them dismiss your feelings, because they are valid.
What about you, Shay?
I agree. After you have the conversations with your friends, quote unquote, and nothing gets better. It's okay. It's more friends out there.
Yes.
And I think I was missing some context, but maybe they think that you won't enjoy the activities that you're not being invited to. That's also something to think about too. But we don't have that information.
Right.
But
that's why it's important to have that conversation and figure it out. What about you, Q? How do you feel about that?
My heart hurt. I'm sorry.
Your heart hurts? Oh,
Aww.
God. I'm so glad they lost.
Bro, why are you like this?
Because you ain't no good.
Hold on.
I bet you ain't heard nothing about the story that was just said, did you?
I heard.
You know what? We're gonna talk.
I heard. Yeah, 3 out of 4.
Okay, so how did you feel about that? If you're in a friend group of 4 people and you feel like you left out, how would you handle that?
Y'all ain't my friends no more. I'm sorry, but I mean, but like to be like clear and cut. Like if you keep leaving me out of stuff, like obviously y'all don't want me around.
You know what? I knew you was from the bayous a long time ago, and I should have left your ass in Alabama where you came from.
Leave him be.
Louisiana.
Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, they all are the same state.
They're
in my
not
the
opinion.
same state.
Mm-hmm.
They're not.
Why you?
They're
All right.
That's what,
Why
that's
you
what-
always do that?
I just feel like I have to say that he's a country bumpkin from deep down.
Not a
Alabama.
bumpkin.
He is from
He's
Alabama.
just completely
but that's the
disrespectful.
truth of him. He eat possum and raccoon.
What's
You
wrong
really?
with that? Okay, exactly. Different subject.
You eat? You like this stuff?
Huh?
Are you from Florida, though, right?
I am from Florida, but my family's from Georgia, so I get it.
Well, see, I ain't include Georgia. See, I just said Alabama because in
Close
Louisiana,
enough.
Mississippi, but it's not though.
No.
But we are. Anyway.
Let him know.
This is just my personal attack on him because sometimes he comes on this podcast, he talks about my weight. Let's not get into that,
Do
right?
you really?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because
He always
he's from
shout that out.
he is.
Can't even get it out. Tongue too heavy.
See what I'm talking about? See, he bullies me, and then when I say something it was gentle. What I said, country bumpkin is gentle.
Oh, yeah?
It's not mean and hurtful at all.
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
It's-
okay.
you think so?
Yeah.
All right.
It's
I'm from
meant
the
as a
South. I feel like
derogatory term.
I feel like I can say that. I'm from Florida. That's the South.
Listen, we're not quite like we are southern, but
Right.
we're not quite the South.
You don't think so?
Certain
No.
pockets of Florida might be
Certain
considered.
pockets.
I always feel like Florida is the South because we're the closest Southern state.
I mean,
But y'all like
geographically,
like a
yes, but we're
kickstand,
not.
like a
Oh.
kickstand off to the side. But we're a boot though. We're a boot. So like we're,
I've
Yeah, because
never
you
heard
can
that
leave this
imagery.
kickstand and go
Quite
back.
accurate.
Yeah.
You ain't gotta be here. You know what I mean? You've been in Florida like
I was-
for almost
I
like
was-
how long you been in Florida for?
by force.
How long have you been in Florida for?
Under duress.
Like half my life now.
Exactly. You're a Floridian now at this point.
I said half.
Let's go to the next question. This is
I'm
important.
a half breed.
Hey guys, I'm in a relationship with this guy who expresses to me that he's upset that I do not indulge into certain things that he likes. But the thing that he likes is to watch cartoons, specifically anime. And that's just not my thing. What would you guys do? Sincerely, grown ass woman.
Oh,
Okay.
I don't like them at all.
okay.
That's what she's saying.
That's
How
how
would
she
you,
feels.
how would you guys handle that? If you guys had a significant other and maybe something they like, you didn't like, what would you do?
I mean, it's okay if you don't like what they like.
Yeah, one got like
But
one got like the same thing.
you know, if you really care about this person, I would give it a try.
Yeah.
You know, ask questions. I'm that type of person. Okay, so what about it do you like? Okay, who's this character? Help me understand.
Yeah.
So I can take somewhat of an interest in what you're looking at. And, you know, I would expect the same from, exchange for me.
Absolutely.
You know, if you don't really like what I do or, you know, whatever the case may be, like, okay, well, I'm still going to do it with you because I like you and I care about you.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I think that's the key part that you just said. You're going to do it because you're not relationship. A relationship is 50-50. There's going to be a lot of pull and give. There's some things that you may not like to do that they going to want you. Because sometimes people be like, I want you to do this with me because I want you to be a part of it, even if you don't like it. So maybe he wants you to just sit there and watch it with him. What is 30 minutes of your life watching that show and maybe investing to understand it so you guys can have that conversation? That's what he likes.
Yeah.
and you might end up
And-
liking it.
Right, but that's how a lot of relationships fail. A lot. Like, I don't want to do that. I'm not. I know that's what I like. Why I got to be a part of that. Well, a relationship is being a part of each other's stuff, right?
You got to compromise.
Compromise.
And
That's
it's a
big
cartoon.
word.
It's a cartoon.
Right.
It's not like
30 minutes.
he indulges in. Well, I don't want to get controversial. Like he indulges in like party favors when he goes out or something like that. Like there are levels to this.
Right.
It's a cartoon, and you know, if that's a deal breaker for you, that's a deal breaker for you. But give it a try first. I
Right.
love to see like people when they're passionate about something and they talk about it, they just light up. That's my favorite thing when I'm interacting with someone, just to kind of see how excited they are and kind of get an idea as to why they love it so much. But yeah, give it a try. You might like it.
Quincy, what about you?
I mean, I ain't gonna say it like that. But no, it's like the same thing though. Like, I feel like you don't have to like it, but like at least like just sit there and pretend.
Oh,
like I ain't gonna say like pretend like because like that I can like I've had like that happen like with like watching certain shows with a lady or something before. I'd be like, I don't really like that, and I just one day I just sit down and watch. It'd be like, okay. Nah, I end up liking it. Like, cause like I'm just saying like, just at least try first before you be like, I don't want to do that. Just give it a chance. Try.
Mm-hmm. I feel like once again, like I said, I agree with what you're saying. I mean, like, try it out because if you love the person, that's what you're supposed to do. Yeah. I have one more of these letters here
before
for you guys.
Before we go away from that topic really quickly,
Go
I'm so
ahead.
sorry. Something that I don't think that we really hit on is the fact that she seems to think that cartoons are childish, not like it's a hobby. And I think that we're kind of, I'm assuming everyone's age here, we're kind of on that cusp of like our parents looked at things like that, like, oh, that's childish. You need to grow up. You need to leave that be. But we're kind of in a place now where it's like, okay, just because I like this as a child doesn't mean I stop as an adult. So that's very, like, we're at like we're not quite at a middle ground there yet. But some people are like, I love this. I'm not going to stop loving this just because I'm in my, insert age here. But some people have the school of thought of, well, I'm an adult now. Like that's little kid stuff. I don't want to do that. So, that's how you are. That's fine. But it doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that they're less of an adult just because there's something that they like that some people may view as childish.
I agree with that.
The end.
Next one, you guys. Hey, you guys, I've been married for 14 years and I've dealt with infidelity in the past. How important do you guys think forgiveness is when dealing with cheating in a relationship? And what does forgiveness mean to you in that situation? Sincerely, is forgiveness the way?
It's the broken trust. That is the issue.
Okay.
If you cannot trust someone, how can you love them? Sorry. And they obviously don't respect you. How do they love you if they don't respect you? So that is my point of view on the situation. I'm not sure how one moves forward. It's not impossible, but I would think it would be harder to move forward because the trust is broken and there is a lack of respect.
I do feel, because just reading that, I feel like she's saying that maybe she had the infidelity and they did move forward. I do believe that in that situation, if a spouse cheats on you and you decide to forgive them completely, I don't feel like you should be bringing it up every single other time they step foot out the door. I do believe if you decided, no, hold on, wait a minute now. If you decide to say, somebody says, I apologize, and you say, I forgive you for that, why do I have to hear about it every other day? Because you said you forgive me, right? And forgiveness is supposed to be complete, right? You can't bring it up every other. You get what I'm saying, Q?
I get you.
You get what I'm saying?
I just don't want to look on this side.
That was the point on us getting to the point of forgiveness, right? That was the point. That was the point of us getting to forgiveness. What about you?
Forgiveness, right? Let's talk about that real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
As far as forgiveness goes, I feel that yes, I say I forgive you, absolutely, but it looks different every single day. I'm still forgiving.
What does that mean?
It does.
What does that mean? Explain that to me.
Like you just, I can say I forgive you, and then you can't. It can't go away.
It's not like you snap your fingers.
Right. And it's vanished.
You've put me in a situation where I can't trust where you're going when you walk out the door. I forgave you.
Okay.
I forgave you. You got to work very hard to rebuild that trust. Because I don't know what you're doing when you're leaving. Because I trusted you before. Okay. You walked out that door.
Okay.
And did some dumb stuff that I won't say because it's Sunday.
Right.
But you did that. I didn't. I'm staying here and I'm going to try to make this relationship work. You have a lot of work to do to get us to a point, if not better than what we were before, because tra-la-la-la-la, I was living life and you could come and go as you pleased and you abused that trust. And now we have to build back.
But
okay. Say we had like a good week though. we got a good week. Like we ain't had no problems, no blemishes, no nothing. We checked in on time and all that.
Right. We had a good week.
We going good.
1 week down, a lifetime.
We get to the end of the week.
Uh-huh.
But remember, you still did that one thing. Now we got to reset.
Yeah, you do.
Week after week.
Absolutely.
I thought the purpose of you saying that you forgive me, meaning that we did the work for you to forgive me. Now there's more work for me to do to keep healing that wound.
You will have to do that work for the rest of your life.
Just
and
keep
the rest
replacing
of our
the Band-Aid.
relationship
Just
together.
keep replacing the Band-Aid.
It's not just a Band-Aid. Like, you need to clean that out. You need to put the ointment on top
Peroxide.
of it. You need to keep an eye on it to make
Neosporin.
sure it's healing correctly. Make
Let
sure
it
there's no
breathe.
infection.
Mm-hmm.
You got to go to the hospital and get medicine if it's not healing correctly.
Just in case.
There's so much work beyond I forgive you, because she didn't have to forgive him at all.
Then she probably shouldn't have.
No.
Let me
finish my thought.
Okay, go ahead.
She didn't have to forgive him. She said, you know what, this is too much for me, I can't.
Right.
But she might have counted the cost of the relationship. If there are kids involved in the situation, she counted that cost as well, because you're not just uprooting one person's life, you're uprooting a lot of people's life. So she's counted all this and said, okay, this was hard and he should not have done this, but I'm going to make this relationship work. I'm going to do everything I physically can in my part. I mean, even being in the same house with someone who's betrayed your trust like that, that's hard. Looking them in the eye, saying I love you, letting them touch you. A lot goes into that. So yeah, I forgive you, but that's the very beginning. Like, that's the starting line.
Well, I need to be made aware about the starting line.
Absolutely.
I need to be
It's
communicated
invisible.
with that. Even though you said you forgive me, there's still a layer of, well, I don't really forgive you.
It's not that I don't forgive you.
Well, that's what you're saying, though.
No, not at all. There's a trust
Okay.
that needs to be fixed because you broke it.
Okay, I understand that.
There are consequences to your actions. That's a consequence. You broke that trust, and now it's hard for me to be okay if you're leaving or you're resembling patterns of what you were doing when you cheated. Oh, I'm going to go to the gym. Is he really going to the gym? I believe he's going to the gym. I want to believe he was going to the gym, but when I blindly trusted him, he went and did all this stuff behind my back. Why did he do that? A conversation that we probably needed to have. But yeah, I forgive you and I'm going to make this work, but your work is just beginning. And I agree, there needs to be a conversation where it's like, this is what this is going to look like. But just because I forgive you, it doesn't mean that, oh, okay, well, we just go back to how things were, because it's going to be a long time until we get there. Should have kept your wee in your pants. Should have had this conversation before you step out of the marriage.
I just feel as though when you say that I have forgiven you, in the Bible it says, I've forgiven you for all your sins, and your sins are going to be forgiven, and I'm not going to keep bringing them up.
Where is that in the Bible?
Yeah.
It is. No, that is in the Bible.
No, it's
Now,
not.
come on, Shay, that is in the Bible.
I'm an ordained minister.
Play
with me.
Play
with me.
I don't want to bring
You
the guy
bury
in
the
here.
hatchet, you let the little staff kind of stick out. And
When you go rededicate your life to the Lord,
and God is
He
forgiving.
forgives you for all of your sins.
I'm not God.
To not be.
I'm not Jesus.
I'm just using that as an example.
Yeah, that's the highest power ever who created
Right.
us. We're not the same.
So if He can forgive,
I'm not God.
why do I have to keep repaying for the sins that He died for on the cross? Come on now, Q.
What I'm hearing
Amen.
is you
Come
don't
on.
want, you want to
Amen.
forgive and forget because you feel guilty and you feel bad.
No,
That's
I
so
want to
good.
be
That's
able
really
to
what
be.
it is.
I want to be forgiven and not have to worry about that stress of every single time I walk out the door. It's you're cheating on me.
You created
After
that
you
stress.
said that, you forgive me for it.
That doesn't mean I forget.
How am I supposed to know that if you don't communicate that with me originally when you say you forgive?
How am I supposed to know what you're going to do when you walk out the door? When again, I trusted you blindly to let you do whatever you were doing, and come to find out you were betraying me.
And you stay with me again, and that means you put your trust in me once again.
I'm forgiving you because I've counted the cost, the kids, the life, etc. But what I'm hearing is you don't want to feel bad for the thing that you did, which is why you just want me to drop it and never bring it up again.
Should I spend a lifetime doing that, though?
Absolutely. You shouldn't have stepped out. And if it's an issue for you, then we don't need to be together. We don't need to be married. That's really what it comes down to.
I think from what I'm hearing is it's going to take time.
It's going to take an eternity. It's going to take an eternity.
No, it's not going to take an eternity, but it's definitely going to take time. It's not a quick fix
Right.
at all. So just like Rachel was saying, the trust is broken. Trust has to, it takes time to be rebuilt.
Absolutely.
So it's not like, oh, a week passed, you over it. No.
No, not a week. Not a week.
Not a month
Not
either.
a month
We
either.
had a good week.
That's a great
Okay,
week.
great. Awesome. But now let's move on to the next one.
Give me another good week.
Yeah.
And another one. And another one.
You guys, this has been another great episode of the Get Ready for a Podcast, Season 5. It's your boy, The Amazing King, coming to you live and in color, bringing you that oh-so-amazing touch. Make sure you follow the podcast page at ready4_1, and also follow my personal page at amazing I am _. I'm saving you for last now. Rachel,
Yes.
where can the beautiful people find you at?
You can find me on TikTok as Honest Wildcat.
Shay, where can they find you at?
You can find me on TikTok and Instagram at Shay_Lauren94.
And then the young gentleman from the bayous of Alabama, Mississippi, or Louisiana. Where can the people find you at?
Y'all can find me on IG, LA_VON225. Y'all can find me on Facebook, the Quincy Wilson Jr.
Y'all get ready for it. Bye.